liberation of humanity. Could AI be a vessel for something sinister like the Archons? Wow. You know, you want to take some of this?
Yeah, of course. I am of the opinion that while I don't think it's the Archons who are in charge of AI. The Archons are more like managers. They're middle management.
The problem is this. Look. Spiritual practitioners in primitive cultures have been using entheogens for many, many hundreds of years and thousands of years since the dawn of time in a way to help and advance their tribe or their local group. But these were people that had tradition to stand on.
Yeah.
People who received spiritual training. These were not just people who were idly curious going to some DMT session with somebody that they met at a party.
Recreational drugs are rather uncommon in hunter-gatherer societies and are limited to things like fermented fruits and grains, usually.
That's good to know. All right. We got the call-in line is open. We have a special guest for the call-in line. If you're watching right now, you want to call into the call-in line, we got a special guest. And he's going to take over for a minute. We got a couple of, you just got to wait around till people show up. That's kind of the name of the game when you're streaming on the web. I don't know who out there is watching right now. If you're out there watching the show, you can call the hotline, 601-653-COOL. Whoa. And you can talk to our special guest. And I'm just going to step out of the room. I'm going to let him take over. That's a little clue as to who it might be. And he's going to take your calls. And we're going to go from there. I'll see if more people get in here. And they'll see who the special guest is. And they'll be like, what the hell's going on? But I'll be in the chat. I'm going to have my phone with me. I'm just going to kind of go out back and gather my thoughts and get ready for the show. So here's our special guest coming in. And he's going to take some calls on the hotline. Is it your cat? No. Here he is.
I'm Trucker Genie. I'm going to take your phone calls. I'll grant you any wish that your heart desires. That's right. It's me, your old friend, Trucker Genie. any wish that you so desire, call the number, and I will grant it for you. For I am Trucker Genie. If you have a wish you would like to be granted, I will grant it for you, because I am a genie, and I possess such power to grant wishes to mortals on the mortal realm. Excuse me. That's right, I'm Trucker Genie. Hello, I'm Trucker Genie.
What's up, Trucker Genie?
Hello. Would you like me to grant you a wish?
Yeah, please.
What is your wish that you desire today?
I wish for $1 million.
Okay, let me gather my energies and create the wish. Here we go. There, you now have 1 million trucker dollars to use.
Holy shit!
Redeemable at any trucker truck stop across the nation.
Wow. Thank you so much, Trucker Genie. That's great. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Goodbye now.
Goodbye.
That was a good wish that I just granted. If anyone else would like to call in, I'm Trucker Genie. A little bit of information about me. I'm actually not a genie. That may sound strange to you. I'm trapped in a purgatorial realm to which I was banished 300,000 years ago. There I must dwell in this realm, and I have access to your realm, the mortal plane of existence. And I must grant any wish that you so desire. I can fix your truck. I've been known to transmute time and space energy to lift trucks out of ditches. I can grant any wish, for it is my duty for the rest of eternity, for I am enslaved in a purgatorial realm.
All right, I'm back now. I hope Trucker Genie granted some wishes. Looks like he may have done that. He sort of flew off into his other dimension, so that's cool. Glad to have him there. He might come back on the next episode. Who knows? I thought it would be good to invite him because we have a special show today that kind of has to do with some of the stuff he's got going on. So before we delay any longer, let's go ahead and get into the show. That's right, it's another cool stream. We're doing it. A lot of people said they were going to watch today. So we've got Kaylee in the chat holding it down, part of the cool crew. And I'm here, and I did so many chores, my head is spinning. I'm feeling very tired, so I need to drink lots of iced coffee to get juiced up today. But we have a pretty fun show. It's going to be fun and weird and crazy and cool. It's covering a topic. Where's Turbo? Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll send him a DM. Here we go. We're going to DM live on the show. We're streaming, baby. Woo! So we can go back and see where I sent that DM. Okay, here we go. So we're doing the show. I hope you get cracked open your laptops. I hope you did all your chores. All that good stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's 4 p.m. Central, and it's time to do another cool stream, baby. Because it's the cool stream. That's right, we're back again. It's been 1 week. We've been spinning across the sun, across the globe, and we've landed here on this day in history to do another show. Whoa! Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We're gonna do another show. Yeah. All right. Now I'm jazzed. I'm ready to go. Drink some more of this coffee. Hope you've got your Twitch app open on your phone, your Android or iPhone. Or maybe you've got the app for Windows on your laptop. You've cracked it open. Maybe you're looking in a browser. Any number of ways that you could watch the show right now. We appreciate any and all comers. And not that sense, but we, Anyway, it's going to be a fun show today. It's going to be weird. We're going to look at some weird, crazy, cool stuff around the web, because that's what we do on the Cool Stream. If you're a new viewer, welcome, because it's the Cool Stream. It's the Cool Stream, baby. We're back again. We're ready to go. We're ready to talk about some cool, crazy, weird stuff around the web. Yes, I'm back again. I'm doing another intro. I've done this 30 some odd times, and it's a lot of fun to do, and I'm here to show you some cool, weird stuff. Yeah. We had Trucker Genie on. I'm going to go ahead and close the hotline. I don't think anyone's going to try to call in. Any pranksters, at least. Close the hotline. Because I know when the hotline's open, Trucker Genie's there. Yeah. Anyway, it's another show. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be crazy. This is a big show. Has a lot of weird stuff. Kind of dark and spooky show. It's a weird, spooky, creepy show today. No! I'm not doing that again. Sorry, I had the repeat shuffle on again. It's a weird and creepy show today. If you're seeing what's on the screen, if you've got your app open, you're watching the show right now. If you can hear the sound of my voice, I can describe some weird, strange things here on a table, a knife and some kind of symbol and a chalice of some sort. What is all this stuff? Well, we're going to try to get to the bottom. We're going to figure out some weird stuff about magic. Magic with a K. Magic with a K. It's different from magic with a C. It involves incantations and spells and all kinds of stuff. So way back when we did an episode, and I'm looking up to see what number that was. It was very early on in the show. We talked about magic. Let's see. It was a very early episode. Okay. I don't have it there, but you can go on YouTube and watch some of that. Got the link here if you want to check out that episode. I think it was episode 5 or 4. I don't know. It was a very early episode. Magic. We had our friend David Griffin on, and we've got his voice here to soothe us today. Doing one of his crazy spells or whatever. And Leslie, and they did some magic stuff. We talked about them. And I thought, you know what? Let's go back to the very beginning where it all started with this crazy magic stuff. And when you go back and you read about some of this weird stuff, only one name comes up. Wow, what the hell? Only one person comes up. The evil master, the wickedest man in the world himself. Here he is. A little bit documentary about this crazy guy. This crazy guy we know and love. That's right, Aleister Crowley. It's not pronounced Aleister Crowley. There's a little rhyme about it. Aleister Crowley is holy. It's spooky. Spooky shit. So we talked about the Golden Dawn. And it turns out the human beast. This is the Masters of Darkness, the wickedest man in the world. It's a documentary. Freaky. Anyway, we have to go back to the very beginning. The guy who started it all, sort of. creepy guy.
So be my grave mountain,
Crazy, freaky.
may it swallow up my shame.
Aleister Crowley. And it's gonna...
Aleister Crowley,
There he is.
the man who called himself the Beast 666,
Oh,
black
shit.
magician, drug fiend, sex addict, and traitor to the British people.
Oh my gosh. Freaky.
I want none of your faint approval or faint dispraise. To hell with Christianity, rationalism,
Oh my
Buddhism.
god.
I want blasphemy, murder, rape, revolution.
No.
Anything bad or good, but strong.
Oh, frick.
In 1920,
Okay.
Aleister Crowley founded a commune in Sicily to practice the beliefs that he said would one day sweep away Christianity and
Ozzy
free
Osbourne
men
said
from
it
all
wrong.
restriction and repression. 3 years later, Mussolini deported Crowley and his followers from Sicily after reports of human and animal sacrifice and unimaginable sexual depravity caused an international scandal. The British press called
Now,
Crowley
some of that stuff they did today probably would seem tame to us. I don't really know. I don't have any info on what some of those sex acts are, but, you know, depraved people doing stuff. I don't really know where this this documentary is. Pretty interesting. Let's read about him. I don't know how much concrete info we're going to get here from this video. Let's read a little bit. Let's figure this stuff out. We got a lot of stuff today. Oh my goodness, so much stuff. I can't spend a whole lot of time on all this, but we got this great website, crystallinks.com. It's your one source for all the weird stuff you could ever want. Nimiko, I can't stay, but I gotta say, I love the cool stream. Thank you, Nimiko, for checking it out. Aleister Crowley. Born Edward Alexander Crowley, also known as Frater Perdibrabo and the Great Beast. He was an influential English occultist, responsible for founding the religious philosophy of Thelema. He's also successful in other fields, and he did some paintings. He maybe was a spy. We don't know. He's a founder of the Thelemite faith. Came to see himself as the prophet who was entrusted with informing humanity that it was entering the new Eon of Horus in the early 20th century, a time when old ethical and religious systems would be replaced by new ones focused upon the principle of individual liberty. That sounds good. He was born upper class. He joined the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and we've heard of them. We'll get to them after this, but we had to go back and learn some of their history. He joined the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. It's pretty cool. He was contacted by the Holy Guardian Angel, an entity known as Iwas, while staying in Egypt, and he received a text. So he got, even back then in 1904, he pulled out his iPhone, he got in his iMessage app, and he got a text. And it was the Book of the Law, from which he believed was a divine source, and around which he would come to develop his new religion of Thelema. He would go on to found his own occult society and eventually rose to become a leader of Ordo Templi Orientis, or OTO. And he did lots of drugs, did a lot of heroin, and had a lot of sex. So it seems like he had a lot of fun back then. This was turn of the century, so people weren't really messing around with that kind of stuff. They thought he was a crazy, evil man. And he just wanted to do sex magic and get effed up, I guess. So, he founded his stuff on "Do what thou will, so shall be the whole of the law." That was his famous quote. Because of this, he gained widespread notoriety during his lifetime, was denounced in the popular press of the day as the wickedest man in the world. He was a crazy, depraved madman. He's an influential figure. He's thought of as the most influential occultist of all time. And, what's his name? Jimmy Page bought his house. Golden Dawn and the Ordo Templi Orientis, and is best known for his cult writings, Book of the Law, where he got the text. He claimed to be a Freemason, also. Let's see. Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Whew. Okay, let's get back to this documentary and watch a little more, and then we'll talk about some of these crazy groups that he founded.
The wickedest man in the world.
Wickedest man in the world.
I have exposed myself to every form of disease, accident, and violence.
There's a
I
butt.
have driven myself to delight in dirty and disgusting debauches, and to
Crap.
devour human excrements and
Ow.
human flesh. I have mastered every mode of my mind, and made myself a morality more severe than any other in the world. 1,000 years from now, the world will be sitting in the sunset of Crowleyanity.
Oh. I don't know if he did all that stuff. Ah! What the hell? It's freaky. This is freaky stuff today. That was just the intro. I don't know what this show gets into. This is a BBC
The thing
show.
about Crowley was doing everything to absolute excess, pushing yourself to the absolute limit, so you know at least where your limits are. So if you're going to do something that's depraved, you do something which is extremely depraved that even you feel disgusted at, and then try to learn to enjoy it.
Like eating excrement. Did he really do that? I don't know.
Aleister Crowley declared the death of Christianity. He was to be the new Messiah that would replace the pallid dead Christ.
Oh my God.
I believe he was the real thing. He had given himself
Getting
under
scared.
demonic control. He was evil.
Ow.
Very
Is he
clever.
really?
Genius, for God's sake. Raving genius, you know. In a world of little tiny people, as Crowley saying, my God, why are you so unhappy? You
Oh
want
my
to make
God.
love? Well, make love, for Christ's sake. You want to take drugs? You want to expand your consciousness? Please do it.
Please do it. Remember, this is 1900s. People didn't do
Since
that
his
stuff
death in
back then.
1947, Crowley has become an icon of rebellion. The Rolling Stones, David Bowie, Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page have all been influenced by his message of freedom. He continues to be a key figure in the occult and is a focus for those engaged in the battle between good and evil.
On the interwebs.
This was a battle that was to play a crucial part in Crowley's childhood.
All right, Crowley's childhood. It's probably going to show some weird stuff here. Aleister Crowley. He was a madman. He's crazy. He went to Egypt. Okay, we got some of his stuff here to read. Well, let's see what else is on this website. Oh, this is a cool one. This is a cool website. To Mega Therion, the Beast 666 homepage. This site is now for sale in its entirety at £1,000. That's pretty good. Please contact for further details. Click here to close this box. Hi there, let me introduce myself. This is a guy's website about the Great Beast. AC's Occult Society, Thelema, Kabbalah. Oh boy, and the question is, do I understand all this stuff? Well, probably not too much. I'll try to explain some of it as I know it. This guy's trying to sell a website. The website has grown since it was originally uploaded. Time constraints to Megatherion will be developed further and eventually, hopefully, become the ultimate site on the internet covering all aspects of this enigmatic character. From what I've seen, it cannot be too far off that aim now. As a result, it could be your worthwhile to bookmark this site if you wish to see these further developments. Okay, we want to read some of his books. Confessions, The Number of the Beast. Oh my gosh. Number of the Beast. It's a term found in the Book of Revelation in the New Testament. So that's not even Aleister Crowley. That was in the Bible. And here's a freaky alien guy that he came up with. Yeah, this website's got all kinds of stuff on it. It's occult societies, so we're going to talk about the Golden Dawn. So let's check out this. So these guys, these three acquaintance, Kabbalists, Freemasons, and Rosicrucians found the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, with the intention of filling the gap left by the Theosophical Society, an organization which had recently shifted to an Eastern orientation under the direction of Madame Blavatsky. Okay, so we did an episode about the freaking Ascended Masters. So this kind of relates to that a little bit. The weird teachings of Madame Blavatsky, Theosophy, the Great White Brotherhood, and now we've got these guys who are Kabbalists, Freemasons, and Rosicrucians, which I don't know. I only know maybe 2 of the 3 of those things. This guy's his brainchild. He was a master mason. And the other guy, an excellent understanding of Kabbalah. Played a leading role in developing the Kabbalistic studies of the order. But the real magician of the GD man himself, was, without a doubt, Marshall Mathers. GD it? What is all this stuff? Good Lord. Could you imagine reading this whole website? It's insane. Well, let's see. Do I have any more info that I could ascertain about this stuff? Kabbalah. What is that? Well, Kabbalah comes from a Hebrew word. Donates a tradition within Judaism which focuses on the mystical interpretation of the scripture and esoteric doctrines about the actual being of God. Claims to date back to the oral teachings from the biblical patriarch Abraham. Played an important role in Kabbalistic teachings, especially those of a certain Jewish sects. So they have this crazy diagram here and all these different focuses getting spooked out. These different things about Kabbalah passed down in the Jewish tradition. And I don't really know. I'm not going to go into all of it, and I don't understand any of it. But suffice it to say, it was these mystical teachings passed down from that tradition and was kind of worked into the Golden Dawn stuff. I thought that I had a... Oh my god, this music's crazy. Ah, I'm getting freaked out. What am I going to do? Well, let me gather my thoughts. I was going to read from one of these things, but I can't remember where it... Oh, here we go. Hermetic teachings come from the Kybalion, the 7 Hermetic Principles. So this is a book. This is Hermeticism. And I should go back to the... It's exciting that I'm scrolling. Here we go. See if I can read this in a creepy voice. From old Egypt have come the fundamental esoteric and occult teachings which have so strongly influenced the philosophies of all races, nations, and peoples for the several thousand years. Egypt, the home of the pyramids. Okay. Okay, this voice is weird. Egypt, the home of the pyramids and the Sphinx, was the birthplace of hidden wisdom and mystical teachings. From her secret doctrine, all nations have borrowed. This is from the Kybalion. That was pretty cool. Crazy music. All of these people took from the master lens of Isis, so freely provided for those who came prepared to partake the great store of mystic and occult lore which the masterminds of that ancient land had gathered together. In ancient Egypt dwelt the great adepts and masters who have never been surpassed and who seldom have been equaled during the centuries that have taken their processional flight since the days of the great Hermes. In Egypt was located the great lodge of lodges of the mystics. At the doors of her temples entered the neophytes who afterward, as hierophants, adepts and masters traveled to the 4 corners of the earth, carrying with them the precious knowledge which they were ready, anxious, and willing to pass on to those who were ready to receive the same. All students of the occult recognize the debt that they owe to these venerable masters of the ancient land. Sound familiar? Sounds a little bit about like Ascended Masters. But among these great masters of ancient Egypt there once dwelt one, whom masters hailed as the Master of Masters. This man, if man indeed he was, dwelt in Egypt in the earliest days. He was known as Hermes Trismegistus. Cool name. He's the father of the occult wisdom, the founder of astrology, the discoverer of alchemy. The details of his life story are lost to history. Owing to the lapse of the years, though several of the ancient countries disputed with each other in their claims to the honor of having furnished his birthplace thousands of years ago. The date of his sojourn to Egypt, in that his last incarnation on this planet, is not known, but has been fixed at the earliest days of the oldest dynasty of Egypt, long before the days of Moses. Best authorities regard him as a contemporary of Abraham. Some of the Jewish traditions go so far as to claim that Abraham acquired a portion of his mystic knowledge from Hermes himself. Whoa, because you know, the Jewish people were in Egypt for a while. Egyptians defined Hermes, made him one of their gods, under the name Thoth. Years after years, people of ancient Greece also made him many of their gods. Hermes, the god of wisdom. So this crazy book, the Kabbalion, is a lot of what the Golden Dawn stuff is based on. And it's all kind of mixed in there together. It's crazy. Oh, wow. So that's kind of cool. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of the references to Egypt and all that, you can see comes from Hermeticism, Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Hermeticism, this guy Hermes Trismegistus, and he invented astrology and alchemy and all that stuff, and they're saying that he also invented the Kabbalah. So it's all connected to these ancient practices and doing all these rituals and stuff. It's not as creepy as you think. But anyway, this is kind of a creepy fact I didn't know about Aleister Crowley.
By 1924, Crowley was living in poverty in France. An old friend and famous literary figure and occultist, Frank Harris, kindly took him under his roof. Frank Harris lived with a woman by the name of Nellie O'Hara. If what has been written in later years can be believed, Nellie had a friend in America, Pauline Pierce, who was married to Marvin Pierce, head of the McCall Corporation. In early 1924, Pauline traveled to France to stay with her friend.
Oh my God.
Thus it was that 4 individuals came together: Frank Harris, Nellie O'Hara, Pauline Pierce, and Aleister Crowley. In 1924,
frick.
Crowley underwent the supreme ordeal, linked with his realization of the grade of ipsissimus.
What?
According to a description of the rite, on the appointed day, the candidate is attended by one or more chosen and experienced attendants whose duty is A, to exhaust him sexually by every known means.
Wow.
B, to rouse him sexually by every known means.
Wow.
Every device and artifice of the courtesan is to be employed, and every stimulant known to the physician.
Put down your cock.
If Crowley did go through this ordeal in 1924, then it is highly likely, based on his previous experiences, that his closest associates of that time, including Nellie and Pauline, performed as his magical assistants.
Okay, so he was doing sex magic with these people from America. Now we're going to get to the big reveal. What are they talking about? Who are these mysterious people from America that Aleister Crowley did his crazy sex stuff with?
Pauline Pierce returned to America in early October of 1924. 8 months later, on June the 8th, 1925, she gave birth to a girl named Barbara. Barbara Pierce married George H.W. Bush, who eventually became the 41st President of the United States.
What?
And they had a son, George W. Bush, the 43rd President of the United States.
Oh,
could the wickedest man in the world, Aleister Crowley, be George W. Bush's grandfather?
What? Oh my gosh. That is crazy weird. There's a big conspiracy about that maybe Barbara Bush is the daughter of Aleister Crowley, and that she is demon and her offspring are all Satan. And if you Google that stuff, well, you better believe you're going to get some connections of how all these famous people in power have the mark of the beast, including Bill Clinton. Of course, somehow it's connected to all this stuff. It's kind of weird. There's no proof necessarily that she was there, did any of that stuff. But there's a connection. She's, friends of somebody, friends of someone who hung out with Aleister Crowley, and they did sex magic, that's for sure. So, could be a thing. I don't know. So, let's check out some of these crazy, weird rituals. Let's see. We can look at the Ordo Templi Orientis. I think is what this next thing is. Actually, let's read from... We got all kinds of weird stuff to look at. All kinds of weird stuff, man. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah, let's watch a weird ritual, and then I'm going to read from one of his books. This is weird wine stuff. Ordo Templi Orientis. This is one of their magical rituals. It's kind of crazy. It's creepy stuff.
Abrahadabra, the reward of Ra Hor Kut.
What the?
There is division hither homeward. There is a word not known. Spelling is defunct. All is not aught. Beware, hold! Raise the spell of Ra Hor Kuit.
Excuse me.
Now let it be first understood that I am a god of war and of vengeance. I shall deal hardly with them. Choose ye an island, fortify it, dung it about with enginery of war. I will give you a war engine. With it ye shall smite the peoples, and none shall stand.
War engine.
Lurk, withdraw, upon them!
Hey, stop
This
coughing.
is the law of the battle of
We're doing the freaking ritual. The hell ritual.
Get the stele revealing itself. Set it in thy secret temple, and that temple is already aright disposed. And it shall be your
Lord.
Qibla for
Is that a margarita?
It shall not fade, but miraculous colors
It's got a salted rim. Okay, come on. Get some water, for God's sake. Yeah, a salted rim over there, the margarita. That's kind of cool.
This shall be your only proof.
Stop coughing.
Conquer! That is enough. I will make easy to you the obstruction from the ill-ordered house in the victorious city. Thou shalt thyself convey.
I think that's pretty much all the videos this guy talking
Thou
about in the corner.
likest it not. Thou shalt have danger and trouble. Ra Hor Ku is with thee. Worship me with fire and blood. Worship me with swords and with spears. Let the woman be girt with a sword before me.
What?
Let blood flow to my name. Trample down the heathen. Be upon them, O warrior. I will give
What the hell?
flesh to eat.
Ew. It's freaky.
Little and big. After a child.
This is freaky stuff.
Ye shall see that hour, O blessed beast. And thou the scarlet concubine of his desire. And ye shall be sad thereof. Deem not too eagerly to catch the
Alright, so he's doing some crazy ritual stuff. That video's kind of cool. Let's read some from his book. Here is Liber Alvel Legis. I think that's how you say that. This is from the OTO, Ordo Templi Orientis. This book was dictated in Cairo between noon and 1 p.m. on 3 successive days, April 8th, 9th, and 10th in the year 1904. The author called himself Iwas and claimed to be the minister of Hor-Par-Krat. That is, a messenger from the forces ruling this earth at present, as will be explained later on. How could he prove that he was in fact a being of a kind superior to any of the human race and so entitled to speak with authority? Evidently, he must show knowledge and power such as no man has ever known to possess. He showed his knowledge chiefly by the use of cipher and cryptogram in certain passages to set forth recondite facts, including some events which had yet to take place, such that no human being could ever possibly be aware of them. Thus, the proof of his claim exists in the manuscript itself. It is independent of any human witness. The study of these passages necessarily demands supreme human scholarship to interpret. It needs years of intense application. And we're just going to read a little bit of these. What is this? Well, this is the Liber Legis, dictated to Aleister Crowley by this crazy demon guy. That's what that is. The video was some kind of reception of the Book of the Law, Chapter 3. So that's another Crowley book, the Book of the Law. That's what it is. This book explains the universe. That's cool. It's very hard for me to explain what some of this stuff is because I don't really understand a lot of it. Surprisingly enough. The next step. Democracy daughters. Ferocious fascism. Cackling communism. Equally frauds cavort crazily over the globe. Sounds kind of like our freaking times we're going through right now. The establishment of the law of dilemma is the only way to preserve individual liberty and to assure the future of the race. Oh no. Manifestation of Nuit. Failing of the company of heaven. This is kind of what this guy was reading, I think. Crazy stuff. Freaky. Whoa. You gotta freaking read from the book. Creepy stuff. Collection is based on some high quality HTML documents. Oh my gosh, the count of the grade of Magus, the highest grade which is ever possible to manifest in any way whatever upon this plane. Masters of the Temple. Good lord. Oh, these are some other books. It's the book, The Foundation of the New Eon, thus the whole of our work. Pretty sure. Karma Yoga. Okay. The Law of Liberty. Is that what this is? That's maybe. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Maybe this is the freaking Aleister Crowley stuff. I'm not sure. I'm often why I begin my letters in this way, no matter whether I'm writing to my lady or to my butcher. Always I begin with these 11 words. Why? How else should I begin? What other greeting could be so glad? Look, brother, we are free. Rejoice with me, sister. There is no law beyond do what thou wilt. Write this for those who have not read our sacred book, the Book of the Law. I think that was the book we were just reading. I hope. Anyway, this is some Aleister Crowley stuff. Weird, wild stuff. Oh, you weren't looking at that. That's okay. The word of the law. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. That was Aleister Crowley's big thing that he talked about, and it was his main kind of catchphrase he had. Here's someone reading from the Book of the Law.
Had the manifestation of Nuit, the unveiling of the company of heaven. Every man and every woman is a star.
Whoa, in Hollywood they are.
Every number is infinite, there is no difference.
Whoa.
Help me, O warrior lord of Thebes, in my unveiling before the children of men. Be thou Hardit, my secret center, my heart and my tongue. Behold, it is revealed by Ivath, the minister of Hor-Par-Krat.
We're going to summon some demons on the show today.
Not the coup in the carbs.
It's getting creepy, weird.
Worship then the carbs, and behold my light shed over you.
Say worship the carbs.
Let my servants be few and secret. They shall rule the many and the known. These are fools that men adore. Both their gods and their men are fools. Come forth, O children, under the stars, and take your fill of love. I am above you and in you. My ecstasy is in yours. My joy is to see your joy. Above the gemmed azure is the naked splendor of Nuit.
This is getting hot and heavy. Okay, so This is creepy. We got to get into some fun stuff, though, because this is kind of what we do on the show. God, this music is creepy as hell. Let's go back to this stuff. Creepy stuff. Let's check out our friend. Let's check out the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Is this the Hillary Clinton owl cult? Not sure. Oh my gosh. There's so much weird stuff. So much weird stuff. Technology of sex. Let's check this out. Sexy. Sex magic. The OTO, the Ordo Templi Orientis, Aleister Crowley, that's the group that he invented. Through adoration of the phallus. Sexual fluids. Oh no. Oh crap. So you can read this on your own if you want. Just kind of see what kind of stuff they're talking about. Oh no. So just exchanging fluids and interaction with all some different secretions and stuff. That's interaction with excrement. Ew. Mucous membrane. His own preference was that I'm inclined to believe to some degree. Boy showered. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's maybe something that's maybe bad there. If you can see what I'm highlighting, I'm not going to read that. It's pretty nasty. Come on, Aleister Crowley. You freak. Let's see, Turbo had to run out for a coworker beer. Turbo says, hey. That's cool. He's going out. He's having a beer. That sounds like fun. I'm here. I'm doing a show. I'm looking at these freaky... What is this? Wow. A weird fetus alien thing. Sex magic. Everything came down to semen, as it does. More recently, likened to a computer hard disk. I'll say. Gross. Nasty. Well, I'll tell you, a group, all this kind of stuff is leading up to talking about what is the freaking Golden Dawn doing today. We've talked about them before, our good friends, David Griffin and Leslie McCade. And what are they up to? What kind of stuff goes on? If you're looking to join the Golden Dawn, and you're looking to learn about the gods of Egypt and Hermes Trismegistus and all that stuff. Now keep in mind, Aleister Crowley left the Golden Dawn, so keep that in mind. Anyway, you'll be watching some of these videos, some of their live videos. Lost Magic of Jesus.
Welcome to Alpha Omega's Column Hinge Temple. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas in the Mojave Desert of the Southwest United States.
Good morning, Leslie. Buenos dias a todos.
Morning, David. Wow, we are socked in from all directions today.
Yeah, and and Column Hinge is a sloppy, muddy mess this morning.
Sloppy as hell. So this is a video of it's a live video. Video of the Lost Magic of Jesus. Don't be telling me about Aleister Crowley. It's still in the Golden Dawn. He left. He's dead. Anyway, the people who run it now are David and Leslie. And they live out in Death Valley or something. They have these columns, and they go out and do the Lost Magic of Jesus Alpha Omega Equinox live stream on their YouTube.
Even the
watch some of their videos.
The burn pits are all filled with water.
No, the
completely
burn
flooded
pits?
out this morning.
Now, we're already getting some of our grass back from. We have a natural lawn out there, and we've been, trying to encourage the native grass. But as you see, it hasn't been sufficient in the winter times for us to be able to work out there.
So they're going to have to go indoors and do their Golden Dawn Alpha Omega.
This year, we're going to be planting a variety of Bermuda grass that can handle the desert heat and also the cold of the winters. That's our biggest challenge. Not only does it get up to 110 degrees every
It's hot
summer,
as hell in there.
but it also gets down to 0 degrees every winter, and that's very challenging
very
for
cold.
Any kind of lawn.
Right. So this year we're going to be
Any kind of
planting
lawn.
a couple
Okay.
of different
We don't
varieties
care about
of
their lawn. Let's see what's inside their house. Oh, what? He just made a joke.
Been calling us Gryffindor.
Here we go. Here's their house.
Come on, show the Gryffindor. You know, people were making fun of us and calling us Gryffindor, so we decided as a joke to actually make a Gryffindor. Here's the Griffin above the door. This is the Gryffindor at Column Hinge Temple.
That's funny.
Right.
There's their Egyptian statues. So they do a lot of videos in front of their fireplace with these crazy statues.
Welcome to the fireplace room.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
This is where we have our fireside chats every Saturday when we premiere.
Watch some of those.
So,
shall
we begin?
Do it.
We
Okay.
shall.
We shall.
Let's go ahead
baby.
and face the east.
Let's do it. I'll show you a little bit. Pillow Pile is doing okay. I'll show you their Alpha Omega live stream. This is a special one because it's inside their house. Usually it's out in their backyard. And then we have got to move on to some other stuff. Don't have all day. It's a lot of fun watching their
Take
videos.
a nice deep breath.
Okay, here we go. Everyone get
and
ready.
Relax into your body.
Okay, I'm relaxing.
Feel every bit of muscle and sinew. Visualize yourself as the tree of life. However it is you imagine that tree to be.
Okay. I'm visualizing.
And grow your branches up high into alpha sky.
Alpha sky.
Drive your roots down deep into
The dog.
omega.
Look at that
Earth.
dog. Doggy.
I call on you.
This is
in the
ASMR
east.
magic.
Alpha.
Alpha. There's the ceiling fan. Normally they're outside. They had to do it inside, so I thought it'd be funny.
I call on you in the west.
And the throw pillow.
Omega.
The throw pillows. And there's the ceiling fan again. Over here in the breakfast nook.
I call on you in the north. Alpha.
It's more of a living room area. Pretty nice house, I guess. Except crazy
I
statues.
call on you in the south.
In the south.
Omega.
Yeah, baby. Where we do it all day, do it all.
Alpha.
At Omega.
Oh, he's about to do it.
Beginning
And the end.
and the path of the age between. Sunrise.
And sunset.
Path of the sun between. Birth.
And death.
He's about to
path
do
of
it.
life between.
He's about to do it. My favorite part. Here he goes.
Once again, we stand here at the place where heaven and earth meet, reaching out from the matter of our bodies into the invisible, to the invisible God force streaming from the sun and stars. And here, standing in this place, once again, we open the treasury of light. We begin by invoking the three angels of the opening of the treasury.
Let's hear it.
Open the gateway.
Open the gateway.
And there are 12 heads in his treasury, and these are the names that are in the places.
Okay.
When they
Can't
sing
watch all
praises
this.
unto my Father, and he gives light power unto them.
Light power. He's a wee. All right. All right. That's kind of what they're up to. If you can check them out, Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn on YouTube. They're weird and wild, and they're a lot of fun to watch some of their crazy videos. And they love Trump. It's a shocker. There's a real shocker there. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't go through all the Golden Dawn stuff. I know you wanted me to. Rosy Cross of the Golden Dawn. Reality is a myth. Concepts of magic. It's at the center of contemporary traditions such as Wicca, and Thelema were inspired by the Golden Dawn. Okay. And, of course, Aleister Crowley was there. He came to believe he's the prophet of his age. Thelemic Pantheon. The Book of Law. Nuit, Hadith, and Ra-Hur Kuwait. That's some of the golden Thelemic stuff. The three founders were these guys. And they influenced mysticism and all this other stuff. Enochian magic, Renaissance grimoires, Freemasonry, alchemy, Hermeticism, Hermetic Kabbalah. All this stuff is all wrapped up. And there's Hermes Trismegistus. Okay? Does this make any sense? Barely. I'm trying to get through this stuff because there's a lot more funnier stuff after we watch this. So let's go to the funny stuff. Okay? We couldn't do all the Golden Dawn stuff. Crap. That stinks. It's too bad. Let's see. Well, actually, no, we gotta watch just one little thing here. Let's check out. We have to watch this again. We have to watch this again. This is funny. We got to get some laughs today. It's not all creepy stuff. There he is in front of his fireplace.
Most of you know me as Rosicrucian Imperator of the Golden Dawn. Today I'm here introducing some really interesting people we have coming to you all weekend long. And that's going to be about once an hour for the rest of the afternoon.
Wow.
We have Billy Brujo's Black Magic Cooking Show coming up next. And we have Dr. Candace Kant talking about the rites of Beltane and Walpurgis Night. And for those of you interested in shamanism, you are not going to want to miss Max Dash's presentation this evening on Woman Shaman.
Woman Shaman.
And I'm going to talk to you this afternoon a little bit about Golden Dawn magic.
I've already told you all you need to know about Golden Dawn magic, so don't listen to him. But I did want to I watched this video and I wanted to learn about Billy Brujo's Black Magic Cooking Show. So,
2016.
Here we go.
You know,
let's see.
Magic Hall's got a lot of surprises this year.
It's like a weird conference or something.
You know, I wasn't quite ready for the surprise that's coming now.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Because, you know, after E.A. Quetting was here a couple of years ago, I said, black magicians, I'm not going to let any more black magicians into Magic Hall.
Well.
But then I heard about Billy Brujo's Black Magic Cooking Show. And guess what? It turns out Billy Brujo,
let's learn to see
not
about
a bad magician.
Let's check
Here's
out
what
Billy
I've seen.
Brujo.
I heard a rumor that today he wants to talk
Guy
to
whose
you
mom was a woman shaman.
about Alphabet of Desire.
This is some weird stuff.
And that's coming up. But by the way,
Alphabet of Desire.
I'm not going to tell you that. Without further ado, here is Billy Brujo.
Let's check him out. Oh, let me get my...
Órale! Billy Brujo, estoy aquí. I'm here in the lovely, fabulous temple of the Griff. And
He looks like a freaking ICP.
Here at the summit for Golden Dawn, who I'm happy to see being Tumblr friendly and not marginalizing their black brothers.
Okay. Billy Brujo. Brujo is what I learned is Spanish for like a magician, magic person or something. Billy Brujo, Black Magic Cooking Show.
I am here filling the left-hand path slot, which is funny because I don't really consider myself that. I mean, there is the streak of the dark, but I'm pretty much a nice guy.
Is his face naturally that color?
So yes,
he's a
and
Brujo,
people out
baby.
there, like, this is quite a cool
He's in the
place.
clown squad.
Especially this fireplace. It's very unique. It has these sigils
pretty weird.
on the outside. I'm actually recording right now.
Okay.
I'll upload this to Facebook. You know, remember Necronomicon? It's got those like gates.
Okay.
You draw
Go
this
back
out,
to
you
this
can
music.
walk right in through the fireplace. You can break some precious stuff just like I did.
Okay.
Anyway.
This guy's killing.
So, the alphabet of desire. A lot of my
Okay.
people, you know,
I
accuse
just
me of
wanted to
being
watch
Joker.
a second of Billy Brujo. It's kind of funny. Okay, what I really wanted to get into, let's see, he mentioned EA coding. Katie, I'd love for this man to set himself. Okay. Really wanted to get to a few things. Good lord, the show's been going for already an hour. Just as you know it, things go by quicker than you can imagine. So let's try to jump to some of the good stuff. I don't want to read about the Kabbalion. If you want to get into it, you can read all about the Kabbalah, the Kabbalion. All this crazy stuff is weird and kind of interesting. And the Lindenberger Memorial. Lindenberger? I don't know what that is. Okay. I want to get to this guy. EA coding. Become a living god. This guy. Learn the secrets that people will never know about godlike power with this guy.
You're about to learn secrets that most people will never know about godlike power.
Oh, crap.
Secrets that took me nearly 20 years to discover. Hi, I'm EA Coetting. I have some important questions for you. So please be honest with yourself as you answer them.
All right.
Would you like to awaken your clairvoyance?
Yes.
So that you can scry directly into the astral plane?
Yes.
See and communicate with spirits? And even receive visions of future events before they happen? Have you ever wanted to evoke an angel or a demon to physical appearance? So that it can skyrocket your results with love, money, defense, and spiritual ascent? Wouldn't you love the ability to go out of body, astral travel, and even rise to the level of absolute godhood? Would you love to raise your Kundalini and become a master of energy work?
Sure.
In order to
Not sure what that
turbocharge
is.
your personal power?
I want to turbocharge my power. We need turbo here. We need turbo. Turbo's out there turbocharging his power right now.
Have you ever wanted to discover the secrets of ancient magic traditions like black magic, voodoo, Norse sorcery, the clip-off, and more? If you answered yes, then I have great news for you.
I have answered yes.
I can show you how.
All
Over
right.
the last 2 decades, I have mastered the godlike powers of divination, evocation, soul travel, and energy.
Soul travel on the soul train.
But I'm not special. You can do it too.
And the soul plane.
You can experience real results and even surpass mine when you use the priceless magic knowledge and ultra powerful tools that I'm about to give you totally free.
For free?
When you sign up for my website, you're going to receive full,
Sign up for
uncensored
this
access
website.
to all of my high definition videos, insightful weekly newsletters, and huge discounts on all of my training programs, grimoires, and potent talismans. You can even get a free trial
Grimoires.
copy of my ebook, Become a Living God, which is the
Holy
ultimate
moly.
guide to awakening your inner god or goddess. Don't
Or
worry, you don't
sorcery.
need special genetics or a royal bloodline or initiation
good.
into a secret order to
I don't have
access
to be the
these godlike
bastard child of Aleister Crowley.
powers. All you need is the ambition and
Yes.
the willingness to try them.
I'm ready.
So go ahead, sign up right now.
sign
I've
up.
devoted my entire life to magic, and I'm giving you my very best right now. Become a living god.
Yeah. Magic mastery, awaken clairvoyance, evoke spirits, and raise Kundalini. Don't know what that is. I've got some creepy spells we can read. So you can take some courses. You can learn about Lucifer, some magic circles. There's all kinds of courses you can take online with magic stuff, and we'll look at some of those. Ah, that's freaky. Deification, magic mastery, astral projection. Black Magician's Guide to Evocation. Tarot, that's kind of cool. Lucifer, the Enlightener. Psychic Self-Defense. Wow. Egyptian Black Magic. Belial. And I've played freaking, whatever that game is. That game. Belial. I've defeated him. What is that game called? Damn it. I'm not as much of a gamer as these other people. Norse magic, a left-hand pathworking. Black magic, mastering the soul travel. On the soul train, baby. Wow. It's Billy Brujo. Let's check out a little bit of EA Co-Weddings.
Hey, it's EA Coetting.
Hey,
Today I want to talk
sup?
to you about how you can renovate
Sup,
your
bro?
entire life through black magic.
Let's hear
And
it.
specifically through some of the secret teachings that I received from Abaddon in my most recent path working with him.
Who's that?
Now these teachings and so many more appear in my Grimoire of Abaddon. Now, the Grimoire of Abaddon
Grimoire.
is going to be included in the Compendium of Abaddon. Now the Compendium of Abaddon is going to be released on May 28th.
All right.
And it includes authors such as Orly Stewart, Michael
Yes.
W. Ford,
Hell yes.
V.K. Jehanam,
Yes.
Enoch Petroselli,
Uh-huh.
Edgar Clerval,
Yeah.
and Bill Duvendak, as well as myself.
Oh, Bill?
Go to
Bill Guvendak? Oh, hell yeah. Whoop. Love that guy. Balg, check out balg.co. Become a living god. Abaddon. Bill Gubalak is there? Holy shit.
Abaddon now and receive a free chapter of the Compendium of Abaddon.
All right. Balgog. What was it?
Most people who are
Balog-
outsiders to black magic, who have never really touched it, who've only looked at it through the lens of popular media or really religious dogma, think that black magicians are always working towards the harm of others, or at the very best, that they're working towards their own selfish acquisition of items or pleasures at the expense of others.
Sex magic.
Being fully immersed
They're
in
horny.
black magic,
These magicians are horny as hell.
Further from the truth.
Oh.
If there is somebody who is an obstacle to my success, absolutely I will remove that obstacle. If there is somebody
We'll destroy
who is
them with my black magic.
coming after me and trying to attack me or my loved ones, you better believe I'm going to remove them from the ability to attack me.
Crap.
But
Sounds...
the majority of my personal ritual work goes towards changing myself and changing my world.
That's something we can all
at
work
a very
on.
core level.
Changing ourselves, you know. Sometimes it's more about the inner demons than it is the outer demons. That's a little bit of stuff that I've learned watching these videos. I
Highest
guess.
goal is to live a life of peace, power, and prosperity. And through the works of black magic,
freaky.
I have
I hope I don't conjure up a demon
many times over
doing this
destroyed
stuff.
myself entirely, destroyed who I thought I was. And in some occasions, I have completely stripped my life away, stripped everything away from myself, until I'm standing naked and alone, and I'm able to rebuild my life from ground zero. This is what I would call a total renovation. It's not just a makeover of my life. I'm not just putting makeup and band-aids on the things that aren't working.
Like flipping your
Sometimes my
house.
ascent has required a complete redo. My recent workings with Abaddon has awakened in me the knowledge of the need for this wiping of the slate. That in order to become who I want to become, I needed to destroy who I once was.
Whoa. Sounds intense. Well, this guy's kind of intense and creepy. We're going to do we're going to read some creepy stuff here from one of these spell books, and then we're going to get into some stuff that's not so creepy, that's kind of nice and not as creepy. But first we're going to get, and if you're afraid, maybe you should be, because we're going to read from the Necronomicon. Oh crap, it's going to be creepy and scary. So we might summon a demon. So if you're worried about that, if you're worried about any kind of demon or Beelzebub, maybe mute the stream. I'm going to read from the Necronomicon. It's about some guy from a warlock shop. Don't really know anything about this. New sinister revelations of Aleister Crowley. Okay, so we learned about him and magic, and we want to read some of these damn spells about Beelzebub. The present manuscript showing some of this stuff. Lovecraft, Cool Stream Demon, supplementary material. Okay, where's the spell? Notes on pronunciation. We cannot be absolutely how Sumerian and Akkadian were spoken, but many guidelines are available to the student, including the transliterated tablets found all over the world. father. Way and teak. And boat and Zulu. Okay. I don't need to know how to pronounce it. Wow. Holy crap, what is that? Conjuration of the binding of the evil sorcerers. What? Conjuration Zikla Zikwi Besa Besa, or a most excellent charm against the hordes of demons. Salamana. Okay, let's read the Sikalaka Besa Baga. The most excellent charm against the horde of demons. Okay, that's what we want. We don't want to summon a demon. We want the demons to go away. I think that would be better. Arise, arise. It's not a good way to start the demon thing. Arise, arise. Go far away. Go far away. Be shamed. Be shamed. Flee, flee. Turn around and go. Arise and go far away, you damn demons. Your wickedness may rise to heaven like unto smoke. Arise and leave my body. From my body depart in shame. From my body flee. And it kind of sounds like some of these guys who do the exorcism stuff.
Come out, mind blocker.
Flee. Turn away from my body. Go away from my body. Do not return to my body. Do not come near my body. Damn it. Do not approach my body, please. This is my sacred space.
That's right.
Do not throng around my body either. Don't throng or loiter or get near me, damn it. Be commanded by my Shamash the Mighty. We all know that guy. And be commanded by Enki, Lord of all. Be commanded by Marduk, the great magician of the gods. Be commanded by the god of fire, your destroyer. That's right, we're going to destroy you.
That's right.
May you be held back from my body, and let it be so. I'm going to add that part because I think you need that in a spell. And there we go. The demons are gone. Everything's good. Everything's back to normal. So, it got kind of creepy there. Weird. Let's go to some stuff that's not as creepy. It's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting stuff. We're going to go a little bit into some Wiccan stuff. This is something I've looked at many years ago. I found this video, and it got me interested in magic. And, of course, you get into Wiccan stuff, and then you get into all kinds of pagan stuff as well. And that'll have to be another episode. Maybe we'll probably look at some more Wiccan stuff, too. But we're going to dip our toes into some really good stuff from Magick TV. This is kind of nice. These people are kind of nice and interesting. And they're not dark and spooky like Aleister Crowley and David Griffin and Billy Brujo and all these freaky people. This is just kind of like cool stuff. This is free Sumerian lessons. I didn't brush up on my Sumerian. I didn't know half of what I was talking about today, but this is kind of fun. Magick TV.
Creating a personal crystal access point for use with the crystal web.
The crystal web. This guy's cool. Don Lewis.
In order to create your personal crystal access point, you will need, first, a crystal, and second, a place to bury it. The crystal should be one which feels right to you. The burying spot may be anywhere you choose, but must actually be in the earth. It is not necessary to have direct access to the buried crystal in order to use it for future workings.
It goes in the
so
crystal
feel free
web.
to use the backyard of an apartment or a public place like a park. Dig a hole in which to bury your crystal. A garden trowel will prove an excellent instrument for this, but any digging tool may be used. Depending upon the level of privacy, you may wish to use your athame, since this is a sacred act.
Sacred act.
The hole does not need to be large, but should be somewhat deep, so that the crystal will not be easily exposed by the elements or by digging animals. In this sense, the deeper the hole, the better. Now you are ready for the actual ritual. Dig your hole first, so that this is done and ready. Begin by casting a circle. Since you will be out of doors, and may not be burying your crystal in a private place, you may want it to be a very simple circle. You can do it entirely in your head, imagining the circle around you, then silently calling the quarters and imagining them as pillars of white light. You may invoke goddess and gods silently as well. Of course, if you're in a more private
the animation
place,
on this.
or you're comfortable being
This is
observed
sacrament.
casting a circle, you may do the circle as elaborately as you choose.
This is tax deductible
Hold your
stuff.
crystal in both hands.
Your spade and your
Above
shovel.
the crystal, imagine a three-dimensional
Ooh.
tetrahedron of white light. Take a moment to imagine this fully.
Okay.
Then imagine the tetrahedron spinning clockwise.
Whoa. Spinning like a fidget spinner.
Become aware of your heart chakra. Imagine a ball of white light in the heart chakra. And when this is clear in your mind, imagine sending a beam of green light from the heart chakra into the spinning tetrahedron. As the green light enters the tetrahedron,
chakra.
it will change its shape, becoming a cube, still spinning clockwise.
Cube.
Imagine this transformation as fully as possible. Fill the cube with green light from
Use
your
your
heart
orb
chakra.
to make a cube. Green cube.
Once the spinning cube is filled with green light,
Wow.
the flow
Wow.
will reverse, and green light will return from the
Some
cube
more sound
to
effects
your
in here.
heart. Imagine the green light filling your heart, then your chest, then your whole body, as
You're
well as
green.
the crystal held in your two hands. Let the crystal become full of this light, so that it is glowing with green light and shining out in all directions like a green sun. Now place the crystal
Put it
into
in
the
the
hole
ground.
prepared for it, and cover it over with dirt. Place both hands directly over the now covered hole, and focus white light down into the earth and the buried crystal. Now charge the crystal to link into the crystal web.
The crystal
This
web.
may be spoken aloud or done silently.
I would like to check
You
my
might say
email.
something like,
My
"O
magic-
crystal, I charge you to link into the crystal web, becoming one with its energies. Through
Crystal
you I
web.
gain access to the web, which links my Corellian family worldwide." Now imagine a beam of white light
Crystal
coming
web.
from the crystal,
I would
and
like
shooting
to,
off in one or
I
another.
would like to log on to the crystal web, and I would like to send a crystal tweet. So this is Magic TV. This is a good thing to look at. It's a lot of fun. Check out what they're doing. The Corellians. Let's check out their website. And we'll watch a couple more of these. It's a lot of fun. You can go and check out Witch School. Classes.witchschool.com. Your online magical education. I have not tried to log in, so it's not going to show my email, which is good. Witch School. Did you know that 113,000 people have registered as students of Witch School? 9/4/2001. Oh. It was a week before. They started up the old Witch School, and then, some bad stuff happened. They conjured up some nasty stuff to happen back then. The Witch School is the first truly online school dedicated to Wiccan, pagan, and magical thought. We founded Witch School because we found that many people who wanted to learn about Wicca were unable to find good information or training, either because they were geographically isolated or because they simply could not find real-time teachers. Some of these people were seeking to make Wicca their spiritual path, while others just wanted to learn more about that Wicca really is. We wanted to share our knowledge with all who genuinely wish to learn. So we believe that spiritual knowledge makes for a better, well-rounded person, and better people make for a better world. We need more better people for our world. That's what Barbara would say. Barbara. She's not a magician. So we can go sign up for Magic School. Become a student. Which country do you live? United States. Okay, I'm not gonna fill this out just in case. Which school? Let's check out some of their classes. We need the basic classes. FMA 101. Department Wicca. Subject Ritual Tools. Open for registration. Understanding the history and use of the athame. Don't know what that is, so I need to learn about that. Aromatherapy. Okay, specific sense. Herbology. All kinds of herbs. Spices. Basic herbs. Some of you here in the chat. Basic herb. Okay. And that was the magical spirit who's conjured. Okay. Basic meditation, psychic development, intro into basic meditation, spell writing, astrology, become a sea priestess. That's cool. Become a sea priestess, priest through shadow work, binding your book of shadows. Basic Michael at witchschool.com. Corellian alphabet numerology. All this Corellian stuff is something. Corellian.com. Corellian nativist tradition. Lady Bitterwind's obituary. Oh no. R.I.P. Our deepest sorrow. Okay. Bitterwind Smith. Retired first elder of the Corellian tradition. Has joined the ancestors. Okay. It's official website, the Corellian tradition. Here you can learn more about the Corellian nativist tradition. Its leading members' activities and locations around the world. Through our adventure pages, you can enjoy photo essays about Corellian events, past and present. Corellian Nativist Church is a legally incorporated church in the U.S. 501c3. All right. 2015 Corellian Nativist tradition. It's a lot of people all across the world. Corellian Mother Temple is located in Danville, Illinois. That's cool. What is the Corellian tradition? What makes it different from other Wiccan traditions? Well, it's just unusually strong emphasis on the philosophical aspect of Wicca and the spiritually and inner mysteries of the Wiccan religion. But liturgically, our beliefs do not especially differ from those of other Wiccan traditions. Rather, it is our attitudes toward the pagan community. It's dedicated to the advancement of the pagan people. Believe strongly in the need for increased communication and cooperation between pagans everywhere. Stress the importance of the pagan clergy. Emphasizes celebratory as well as initiatory Wicca and is strongly committed to the accessible public ritual. Embrace the internet, and we know that much. There he is. Corellian first priestess, Master Reverend Stephanie Leon Neal, and first priest, Reverend Donald Lewis. Lord Don is in Florida. Blessings be upon you. All right, let's see let's watch some more of Lord Don. This guy's cool. And there he is. He's doing the crystal web. Let's check out his vlog. Don's vlog.
Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Sweet Strong Woman. And Sweet Strong Woman asks my advice for educating pagan teens. The problem with this question is that there are two possible directions that it could go in. The first is in terms of public temples that work with teenagers or even younger children. And the second is in terms of educating pagan teens who themselves come from pagan families, particularly one's own. In terms of that first angle,
you're going to want to get on the gram, okay, and start showing all your Wiccan stuff to all these teens. And get on Snapchat, too. And maybe if you can develop some sort of Snapchat filter. That's a way that teens talk and understand each other. It's through Snapchat filters. That would be one of my recommendations. Let's see what he says here.
I'm myself going to answer it because we only just recently put up a wonderful workshop by Reverend Kai Aiden of Enchanted Mystery Temple, which talks to this subject in a great deal of detail. So if that's how you want to approach this question, I would strongly recommend watching that workshop, which will give you far more information than I could give within the brief format of the vlog. As to the...
And he calls his vlog his vlog. Captain's vlog. Don Lewis logging on to the vlog to talk about the teens.
Second angle, educating pagan teenagers who are in pagan families. The first thing I would say is that you should offer them just as much education as they do or do not want. Teenagers can be notoriously fickle, and they may want to know certain things and not others. And basically, you should present them with what they're ready for and what they're interested in. Now, some teenagers are going to be very mature and sophisticated, Some teenagers are going to be what we call born old, which means they're bringing through a great deal of past lives in this incarnation.
Some teens are going to be huge nerds that already know all about your pagan stuff. Some of your other teens are going to be like, ew, get away from me, Mom and Dad. You're boring. I don't care about pagan crap. It's stupid. Maybe they go to church. Maybe they're rebelling against you and they're going to Bible school. Some of your teens, you know they're going to be sucked into that Snapchat filter, so you're going to want to figure out how to incorporate some of that stuff. All they care about is the latest Snapchat filter.
And
it's kind of what we know about teens these days.
In a very mature manner. And for those, you may want to give them a great deal more education faster than for other teenagers who might not have that maturity level. And this is something only you can determine.
Has an ill-fitting suit there, Don.
So I would say
I'm going to get that checked out.
Certainly if they're interested, you should offer them just as much education as they want. And I would go about it the same way you'd educate anyone else. I would avoid talking down to them. I would avoid oversimplifying things. And I would assume in working with them that they're capable of understanding the material, unless they show that they're not. In which case, you explain it.
Oh, okay. That's a good technique. So imagine this guy explaining paganism to the teens. Hello, I'm Don. Don Lewis, here to explain to the teens. This guy's cool. I like Don. I'm going to watch more of his videos later. I like this stuff because it's not as creepy weird. Okay, this music's not going to work. It's not as creepy weird, but let's see. This is some of the stuff that the teens can learn.
Lesson 12. Exercise.
You want to learn these teens some stuff.
If you've been doing your lessons regularly, your daily regimen should now include exercises 7, 8, 9,
okay,
13,
7,
14,
8, 9,
15,
13.
16, 20, and 21.
Okay, let me write this
In
down.
addition, you should be doing exercises 10, 17,
crap.
18, and 19 as needed.
Okay.
At this point, you are ready to simplify your regimen again. Continue to use all of the exercises you have learned as you feel the need. But on a daily basis, you will now substitute the 2 new exercises that follow.
Okay. This is lesson 12.
Exercise 22.
This is exercise 22. So make sure you make sure you know you're doing exercise 7, 12, 11, 13, 17, 18, and then you're going to want to take 17, swap it out for 22, and put that somewhere at the end, and start your exercise and be naked, I guess.
By stirring and releasing all excess energy.
Like,
then do exercise 7.
First, take all your clothes off.
By visualizing a ball of colored light in each.
The chakras.
Follow with exercise 8, turning each ball of colored light into a ball of clear white light.
Orbs.
Now go on to exercise 9, transforming each ball of white light into a ball of purple colored energy.
Seems pretty easy.
At this point, you will deviate from the existing regimen. Follow exercise 9 by returning to the root chakra.
Right.
Focus on the ball of purple light which you have opened here. Imagine that purple light being transformed into glittering silver energy, like that with which you have been working in exercise 20.
Transforming all kinds of energy stuff.
When this image is clear in your mind, move on to the second chakra and transform the ball of purple light you have opened here to a ball of sparkling silver light.
Okay.
Continue through all the chakras till you reach the crown chakra.
Oh, yeah.
Then end by closing the chakras and clearing and releasing as all.
Turn them into little doors. Put your clothes
when
back
you can
on.
Open these balls of silver light in each chakra with ease. You are ready to move on to the next exercise.
All right. What's the next exercise?
Exercise 23. Exercise 23 differs from exercise 22 in that after opening the balls of silver light in each
Open up
chakra,
your balls.
you will now return to the root chakra. Transform the ball of silver light in the root chakra into a ball of golden light.
Ooh.
Just as in the
Okay.
previous steps of this process,
It's exciting stuff.
continue through each chakra until
It's
you
all about
reach the
transforming
crown
your balls to different colors.
chakra. Then close them back down and clear and release.
Close
as usual.
into little doors.
Remember that the silver and golden light differ from
Silver
ordinary colored
and
light,
gold.
in that they are not clear, but rather are composed of glittering, constantly swirling particles. This is an important distinction as it makes a great deal of difference in the energy you are working.
Okay.
As this is the last lesson in this series, this is also the last set of exercises. As you go forward, you will want to continue to develop psychically.
Okay.
Use these exercises as a starting point and allow your higher self to guide you in devising new exercises for yourself.
Oh.
Do not be afraid to play with them or to experiment.
So I can just make these up?
Just like any skill you might develop with your physical body, this is a perfectly natural process.
All right.
Do not push yourself or try to go faster than you are ready for, but take it at your own speed. Enjoy the process of growth, for that is part of the reason it is given to us.
That's very nice. So, do your chakras and imagine all your balls of energy changing and swirling and stuff. I'll get you there. Corellian Wicca. Wicca, Wicca, what? So we can read about Corellian Wicca. What is this website? Getting towards the end of the show. Temple of Sedna. Wiccan priesthood degree programs. Temple of Sedna rituals. They got one coming up. First online illustration of the living. Let's check out what is this? This is some Wicca stuff. Woo! The Mermaid's 3 Wisdoms. Have patience like the sea. The Harbor of Sedna. Esbats and the Moon Temple. Duties of Sedna priesthood. What is all this stuff? Sedna. She lived with her father in the Arctic. Well, this is weird. Following is a passage from Grey Eagle. Okay. I guess I shouldn't make fun of this stuff too much, just in case. Let's check out this guy. This guy's cool. And I guess we'll end the show after that, maybe. Maybe. This guy is a weird wizard guy. Oberon Zell. Check this guy out.
Welcome to the Grey School of Wizardry. I am your headmaster, Oberon Zell Ravenheart. The Grey School offers a 7-year program of apprenticeship studies.
He's got the Star Trek book over there.
Students may enroll at any time after their 11th birthday.
Oh, the 11th
We
birthday.
have 16 different departments, each color-coded. And during your time here, in your second year, you will select your majors and minors.
All right.
Upon completion of your studies, you'll be certified as a journeyman wizard.
Wicca, wicca, what?
Please check out your house or lodge as soon as you are sorted and get to know your head and prefect, as these are people you can turn to for help on most school issues. The school has 3 areas: academic studies, social forums, and our virtual campus in Second Life. Be sure
Oh,
to
yeah.
check out all 3.
They've got the Second
For
Life.
social forums, be sure to visit the Great Hall and make an introductory post there, identifying
Check
your
out the
house
post.
or lodge. You can even get a cool avatar from our available collection.
All right. I love having a cool avatar.
The basic required textbook for the Grey School of Wizardry is My Grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard,
Grimoire.
written in conjunction with the Grey Council of Mages and Sages, some of whom will be your
Mages and
teachers here.
sages.
A second book,
I hope
Companion
they're
for the
earning
Apprentice
living
Wizard,
wages.
expands upon the
I
Grimoire
think these damn wizards need to unionize. Anyway,
with
continue.
practical lessons, exercises, and things to make and do from many of your Grey
Things to
School
make
teachers.
and do. This guy's a
The
real wizard.
companion will be required in your second year level and higher. T-shirts and magical
T-shirts,
supplies
coffee
and regalia
mugs.
may be purchased from the school store.
Hey,
and Magick
that's
Alley.
a good enough time for me to plug the cool store. Speaking of cool shirts and stuff. Yeah, last episode we launched the cool store, so check them out. People have bought some stickers. Those are kind of fun. There's shirts and stickers and all kinds of stuff. I haven't even bought any of my own merchandise yet, but it's up there if you want to check it out. And, you know, I know people have been saying it's some kind of blatant cash grab, and I mean, come on, it's just for fun. If you want to buy some merchandise, you can have it. At no cost to me to put up some designs and design things, because it was our art episode, if you remember the last episode. And that's why I launched the store. So anyway, quick plug for the store, and then we'll check out some more Ravenheart,
In
Claw,
conclusion,
whatever the hell his name
I would
is.
like to say a few words.
The headmaster.
Synchronicity.
Oh.
Serendipity. Synergy.
Abracadabra, baby.
Epiphany. Thank you.
Alakazam
I hope you enjoy your
kazoo.
stay here at the Grey School of Wizardry.
I want to stay at the Grey School of Wizardry. I want to be like Harry Potter. I bet they got a lot of people when that thing came out. People were like, I want to be a wizard. He was like, all right, come on down to the Grey School of Wizardry. First mystery schools of wizards, like Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, and Ptolemy. At Grey School, you earn a magical classical education from our secular school of wizardry. Learn in the comfort of your home. Wherever you have an internet connection, you can log onto the Crystal Web, check out the Grey School of Wizardry. It's available to you online, so this is kind of like University of Phoenix or something. You can just go online and check out School of Wizardry. You're just a few clicks away from your first day at the Grey School. And you can go on Second Life. It's your Grey School is your college for magical knowledge. Become a student. And the virtual campus, I wish I had got into Second Life so I could go. Maybe I'll have to do that. And check out the campus of the Grey School of Wizardry. The virtual campus. They opened their facilities on Second Life. It was a bold leap forward, underlining Headmaster Oberon Zell's commitment to making magical teaching available and approachable in the 21st century, the age of technology. You get an avatar in Second Life and go onto the campus. Classes and club meetings are for students only. But if you're curious about Grey School of Wizardry and already have an avatar, one way to find out more is to visit our virtual campus. You can explore the medieval village, campus halls, and classrooms. Take a tour with a friendly local guide. Well, I wish I had installed Second Life so we could have gone to the virtual campus. Whoops. Ouroboros. We'll do that next time. We're going to come back to some of this stuff. Oh, this is cool. I'm not signed in. Tuition. How much does this stuff cost? $3? Whoa. Oh, $10 monthly subscription. That's like getting your cup of coffee. Zazzle. What is that? Oh, that's the Grey School Zazzle store. Zazzle, baby? What kind of stuff do they have over there? Oh, yeah. The Grey School of Wizardry. They have different classes and houses and stuff. Like, you can be the Gallery of the Fish. Wow, that's pretty cool. The Dark Arts. Zazzle. So you gotta log on to the Grey School of Wizardry. Check out what they got going on there. Oberon Zell. I actually think this guy's dead. Bum, 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 bum. Wicca. Wiki, what? Some of the weird stuff they got there at the World of Oz Gallery. Check it out. Bum, bum, bum. All kinds of weird stuff here. The Pagan Temple. We're going to get into the next time we go over. We're going to do more stuff about Pagan. Definitely. Let's check out this and then there's a couple of stuff here. 13 Principles of Wiccan Belief.
Merry meet. This is Gregory with the Universal Pagan Temple. In this video, I'll be going over the 13 principles of Wiccan belief.
What?
The 13 principles of Wiccan belief. Those who practice the craft have always been misunderstood and hated by those who feared what they couldn't understand. From fairy tales, the Bible, and modern movies, witches have been portrayed as wicked and evil people who worship Satan and murder babies.
Oh no.
From all this negativity towards the craft, in 1974, the Council of American Witches decided to adopt the 13 principles of Wiccan belief to help Wiccans live within the measures of society and to help those who don't understand our ways. Number one.
Number one.
We practice rites to attune ourselves with the natural
Number
rhythm
one.
of life forces, marked by the phases of the moon and seasonal quarters and cross quarters.
Okay.
Number two. We recognize that our intelligence gives us a unique responsibility toward our environment. We seek to live in harmony with nature,
very
in ecological
nature-focused
balance,
stuff.
offering fulfillment to life and consciousness within an evolutionary concept.
All right.
Number three, we acknowledge a depth of power far greater than that is apparent to the average person. Because it is far greater than ordinary, it is sometimes called supernatural. But we see it as
Freaky
lying
stuff.
within that which is naturally potential to all.
All right.
Number four, we conceive of the creative power in the universe as manifesting through polarity, as masculine and feminine, and that this creative power lives in all people and functions through the interaction of the masculine and feminine. We value neither above the other, knowing each to be supportive of the other. We value sex as pleasure, as the symbol and embodiment of life, and as one of the sources of energies used in magical practice and religious worship.
I'm going to do one more, because I like doing this.
Number five. We recognize both outer worlds
Number
and
five.
the inner or psychological worlds, sometimes known as the spiritual world, the collective unconscious, the inner planes, and so on. And we see
Oh,
in
man.
the interaction.
If this is all the stuff that you learn in the Gray School of Wizardry, I don't know if I can get into it. It seems kind of boring. But I do want to hang out with this guy. Like I said, I think he may have passed on, but couldn't quite find the information that Reverend Ravenclaw or whatever the hell. Oberon Zell. Well, that has been a creepy show. Creepy weird. That's been the show. It's been creepy and weird, as usual. But it's been a lot of fun, and I hope that we could talk a little bit about Magick, Golden Dawn, and Aleister Crowley, and maybe you need to go back and kind of look into some of that stuff yourself. I had a hard time explaining some of that. Don't quite understand all of it, but it's interesting to read about, figure out where it comes from. It comes from all kinds of crazy, weird traditions. And then, through all that, you end up with this guy, this wizard guy. So anyway, that's been the show. It's been a lot of fun. I'd like to thank Trucker Genie for coming on and taking some your wishes. Whoa. Thanks to all the people. And Frogstack. What? Frogstack? Subscribe to Tier 1. Thanks for subscribing to Frogstack. Welcome to the cool crew. Cool gang. I hope you liked the show. We do this show every week, 4 p.m. Central on Saturdays, as much as we can. Frogstack. Welcome. It's a lot of fun. We'll talk sometime later about pagans and all that weird stuff. Maybe we'll get back into some cedar nut, because we love that as well.
Cedar nut toothpaste.
So it's not all about magic, but it is a lot of fun to look at some of this weird stuff. That was fun. Thanks. Thank you, Frogstack. Welcome to the cool crew. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week. Also, you can check out the Cool Stream YouTube. There it is in the chat. You can subscribe and watch some of or you can follow me there. Watch some of the old episodes. Going way, way back to episode 1. We've got 30 some odd episodes. There's probably some that I need to upload, but most of them are up on YouTube and some of them on Twitch. You can watch some of these episodes. Some of all the weird stuff we cover. Weird conspiracies and aliens and Bigfoots and magic and everything under the sun. So thanks for watching the show. We'll be back next week with some cool stuff to check out. And we'll see you next time on the Cool Stream. Thanks for watching. And thanks again. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Dunk your head into the hell toilet.
Woo! Come out, mind blocker.
Beowulf.
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 Cedar nut toothpaste.
Oh, yeah!
Thank you, Beer Horse. Beowulf.
Beowulf.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah!
That workshop, which will give you far more information than I could give within the brief format of the vlog.